up, y'all? It's your boy Simon and Nico back at it again with a reaction video.
Yeah, let's honestly just get straight into it. So we're gonna be reacting to Jubilee's Can Men and Women Just Be Friends? Let's see if they can.
Men and women cannot just be friends. 3, 2, 1.
Cannot just be friends.
He's still deciding, but I'll go.
Before they start like talking and sharing their point of views, do you think men and women can just be friends?
I think they can just be friends, yes. But I'd say in most cases that's not true because usually one of them actually gets feelings for the other, since that's just natural attraction, right? Like for example, if the girl is mad child, yeah, the guy might just be friends with her, right? Or if the girl doesn't like the dude or thinks he's lame or
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
he has a boyfriend, yeah, that's fine. But I think it depends on the connection they have with each other. I think women and men can just be friends. It's not like I strongly agree. I think I agree.
I think they can, but I just think it's like a lot harder. Cause like the thing is, like usually most of the women I've been friends with and like it didn't end was because like either like just didn't find them like attractive or like they were already taken or like they just weren't interested in men. But like I feel if you're both single and then you're just like hanging around each other a lot and spending a lot of time with each other, I think eventually someone's gonna like feel some type of attraction or like catch some feelings. But I think you can like prevent that from happening if you don't like hang out with them like that much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Go ahead. There's always this underlying current to a man and a woman when they're just friends, because there's this sexual attraction, this energy that you can't even see it. It's always flowing. And men, as you know, you
That's exactly what I said too. Like she's spinning facts.
And that's facts.
guys are conquerors. You want a conquest. You want to, even if it's a friend, sometimes that develops into more simply because law of familiarity, you start getting close and comfortable, and maybe you weren't attracted to her initially, but that opposition of that sexual polarity always kicks in.
What if the man is like not attracted to women? Just like generally, do you think that's still
You mean if they take a different
like a gay man and
sexual orientation
and a woman being friends?
Well, I think that's different, perhaps because they're attracted to men. So in that moment, they have taken on the feminine energy.
So they only want to conquer the men.
That's completely different though, because like you always see like women that have like their like gay best friend and stuff. It's like they're not attracted to the woman, and that's obviously that thing is not there. That's why a lot of women like having like gay male friends, because they know there's no chance that they're ever gonna like start liking them or trying to fuck them and stuff.
Two of my best friends are women. We have great times together all the time. Not once have I considered sleeping with them or anything like that.
Ever?
No. But that's the thing is though.
In
that's
their
why,
darkest hour, in your darkest hour, come on.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he probably just isn't like attracted to them if he never like considered like sleeping with them at one point.
I think this girl right here, she's basing it off her own experience instead of like the general objective experience. Because you see, the majority of people here, they disagree with her. So I think she's clearly wrong. But she's basing it more on herself. You shouldn't do that. You should base it on everybody else.
But like to be honest though, like I feel if push comes to shove, like if one of those girls like gave him a shot, he'd probably do it if he finds them attractive in any way.
See, we're saying that, but why would he say that? Why would he even bring that up?
I feel like he probably just doesn't find those girls he's like or his closest friends like that physically attractive.
Yeah, I think that's the case too.
That's what I'm saying. Like he probably just doesn't find them that attractive, because if he found them like at least the slightest bit attractive, like if he would probably have like thought about it. You know what I'm saying? At some point, if he's that close to them.
Let's see what he says.
Because you like started off.
Because we started off as friends, and this is like I said, I was never attracted to them.
Exactly. He said what I said. Like he was never attracted to them in the first place. So it's like, bro, like that's different.
They should have worded it differently. Can men and women who think they are attractive be friends? Like, if you're saying, can you be friends with a female if you're attracted to her, just friends? That's a better question. Or can
Obviously, like men and women can be friends, but like you have to take on like other factors. Like, can you be friends with someone you're physically attracted to? That's a different story, and I don't think you can. because that's always gonna be in the back of your head. Because like there's like you see a lot of guys who kind of just like orbit around attractive girls and just trying to like get a shot. You know what I mean? Like they'll just stick around, be their best friend, just hoping that one day they'll be the shoulder to cry on when their like man does them dirty, or like at some point they'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna give you a shot."
I've seen that many times before. So especially like in college, sort of high school, like that was like a daily thing. It's like they always surround themselves with girls, hoping that they break up, and then boom, they slide in. Fraternities do that shit all the time, and I think it's a real thing. Like I think a woman who's really emotionally like, if she gets heartbroken, she might give that guy a chance.
I personally like if I find a woman attractive, I'm not gonna try and be her friend. I'm gonna make it like my intentions clear that like, oh, I'm trying to like go out with you on a date or something. I'm trying to do something romantic. At least try to get to know you first. I don't think I could automatically just see that person as a friend, because even if it doesn't work out romantically, it'll always be in the back of my head that I was like, damn, like I still would like want to smash and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't just like do that to myself, because I feel like it's just like always like hanging over
Yeah,
me
it
and like,
sucks.
damn, you know what I'm saying? Also, if I like liked her and had feelings, she had a boyfriend, that shit get me like mad tight, and I don't want to like deal with that.
I don't think I have a single female friend. Yeah, I never had a female friend I was in a relationship with someone like I was friends with that I found attractive. Never in my life, because I can't do that.
The only time I've like been friends with a girl I'm like attracted to is like when she was like in a long term relationship, and I like met her while she was already in one. I never like thought of her as an option since she was unavailable.
But if she gave you that option, would you try it?
I mean, like
Be honest, man.
if I first knew her and shit, like yeah, but over time I just knew her too well where I would never just want to like be with her in that way, because I kind of like know like how she is and operates. But probably in the beginning, like hell yeah, I probably would have done it. But like
Yeah, man. I mean, it's natural. Like you can say to yourself, "No, I wouldn't." But when it really comes down to it, a lot of people will fold, man. I think they would. I would. Shit.
It can happen.
It can, but
But the odds of it, so I agree with you on that.
god damn, I just noticed like that woman in the red dress got some big ass titties. So you think they're real?
Milk them, right?
He needs some milk.
Milk.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like,
Like one of these days, someone's gonna walk in on you and shit, and you be like sucking some like fake ass like boob job titties and shit. You fucking have like a milk mustache and shit after.
Huh?
But I'm not gonna lie, her shit. I don't think they're real.
I think they're real.
You think so?
Yeah.
Actually, wait. They probably are, because she actually does have like the figure for it. But I'm not gonna lie, she does seem like a red flag. Red dress, red flag.
Yup.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I do
Slim to
understand
none.
and I get it, but I like two of my best friends are women, and not once. Everyone keeps saying like, "Oh, you're gonna do," and I'm like, it's not, because
You never know.
never
Life
there.
is a long time.
Are your friends attractive?
Yes.
Like they look good.
But attractive is subjective.
But hold on,
It
like
does
just like generally speaking, like your
Yes.
girls like look good, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you was just lonely, like it's been a moment, you didn't want to beat it, you know what I mean? Or like, you know.
There's a special exemption. I'm non-monogamous, so I never have to worry about intimacy.
Well, that's why.
Wait, so you getting played. So you ain't worried about you, man.
Wait, were you non-monogamous?
Yeah, that guy different, bro.
I couldn't like live my life as that, because like I don't know, I feel at some point it's just like you kind of do want to like be able to settle down with someone. I don't really get like how you could really like be able to have like any type of sustainable romantic relationship when you're non-monogamous. There's gonna be like jealousy and all types of shit that like will like cause friction. This requires such a high level of trust.
I think they're just mentally like destroyed. Like to be a polygamous relationship, either you just don't care about that person as much, or you're just a hoe. You want to have everybody,
This here is a hoe.
right? Like no one in their right state of mind would let their woman be taken by some other dude and be okay with it. Like that's not okay, bro. If you love somebody, you want them for yourself. You don't share, right? Am I tripping? Like, I don't understand.
You know, I 100% agree with that, but like some people just operate differently and like they can do what they want if it makes them happy. But to be honest though, like I feel like it's kind of hard to believe that you're really truly happy doing that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's something like missing in the connection just because like you're not really truly devoting yourselves to like each other.
And I grew up mainly being friends with women. I felt more comfortable in those spaces. I felt more comfortable talking to women. I've never been like a bro, rah, 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 that type of thing. So I think men and women absolutely can be. I have friends that I've had since elementary school, middle school. We talk very often and we talk about all these things, and it has never affected that aspect of the relationship because we're men and women. We're just people, and people can be friends. It's not.
Completely agree.
Wait, like what do you think about what that dude is saying?
I think he's bullshitting. Honestly, yeah, I don't know. He's just an exception. Like, there's people out there that can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, he's wrong. But for the majority of people, it's not like that. It's just him. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe because I think it could just be just him, but like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he kind of gives off the vibe of like Orbiter, who kind of just hangs around like a bunch of women and just hoping for like one of them just to like if you get the option, just like get it. And he's like, I don't know, he just gives me like that fake nice guy energy.
Yeah, he does look like that type.
I could be wrong, but like, I don't know. I'm just getting that from him.
I'm getting that same vibe. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
I don't know, something about his whole like how he sounds, his whole demeanor just like strikes me just sort of like that fake nice guy thing. And then he just sort of like simps and like orbits around like a bunch of women, like low key hoping that they'll give him a chance one day. But then like he'll be also low key kind of just like bitter and resentful about them because they're not giving him that shot. This type of stuff he's saying, I think he's just saying stuff that like women just want to hear. Deep down, like they know it's not like fully true, and like he probably deep down knows it's not like that's not really true either, but like I think he just says it because it like sounds good.
I think so too. But let's see what they say.
Yeah. So my perspective is from kind of a Christian worldview. I believe that God created man and woman to come together in love and attraction to be one, and so from that standpoint, I believe that there is just a natural attraction. I have had some extremely close friends that were girls, and that attraction just developed because it wasn't just physical, but it was love. It was getting to see how they were around their family, around kids, what they do for work, what they do for school, developing that relationship. So from my perspective, that attraction develops because I wasn't just looking at her from just, she's just a body. Yeah, she's just a piece of meat.
Yeah.
You develop that emotional attraction, that emotional
Which is
relationship.
why I'm over here. Yes, joining this dark
Can you not?
side.
I would ask.
Because I completely agree with you on that. From
Can you?
Yo, she even had to like switch, but yeah, like I agree with like that dude a lot because even if you don't initially find them like all of that, like that shit can still develop just from like getting close, like emotionally, and just spending a lot of like quality time and getting like to know their family and all these like different factors. Like you could just develop that attraction. I feel like it's just sort of like naturally there. Like obviously maybe not every time is gonna happen, but like it feels very likely to happen if you spend enough time with someone. Just like that familiarity and that close proximity will make you just more attracted to someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he brought up the best point, like the best stance out of everyone so far. When you develop that emotional attraction, it's hard to neglect that. And I think that's where people start falling in love and having, a genuine connection with someone of the opposite sex. You're bound to naturally feel attracted to them. Even like you said, Nico, if initially you don't find them attractive, when you spend quality time with that person, you will be attracted to them. So that was a good point that you made.
That's probably honestly one of like the best ways you can actually like develop a romantic relationship with someone is that it does start off more like innocent and like friendly, and then it kind of just like the closer you get to each other, it just builds up. And like it's like the type of that's what happened to a lot of people when they date in probably like high school and shit too. Like it kind of develops out of that. That's gonna happen in any stage of life. But like I think those type of relationships do well a lot of the time because of that. Because it wasn't built out of like lust or just plain physical attraction, but it kind of just developed into something more deeper and like emotional.
And I think those are the most meaningful relationships. When you start out as friends and then you romantically get invested and it builds up over time. For some reason, though, for me, that doesn't happen. It's like every time I'm in a relationship or I'm with someone, it comes off just because of how attractive, you know what I'm saying? Like it's never I'm friends and then I get into a relationship. For some reason, for me, it's always like right off the bat, it's their sexual attention and it builds up. But I feel like that connection is less. Like I don't feel like I'm with them because of their, them as a person. It's more so sexual attention and build up, which I don't dislike. So I've talked to people who are married, in relationships for a long time, and most of those relationships started out as friends and they built up because it's more than just the body. It's also about how they think. It's about what they value. It's about the emotional connection. It's everything. So I think those are the most meaningful relationships. And that girl that just switched over sides, she got convinced by him because he made a great point. Naturally, we're going to be attracted to each other. And it's that quality time that eventually makes it into a meaningful relationship.
I 100% agree. It starts off out of like physical attraction because like I don't know them and I don't know their like personality like that yet. You know what I'm saying? So I just can like what attracts me is like what I see physically first, but then what makes me stay is like how they are as a person and their values and all that stuff. And that like kind of comes up over time.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Ah, man. Like, you want to say something first?
I do it all the time.
Oh, hell no.
Because there's a lot you don't, just from the physicalness, it's like sometimes there's some people that I learned just by not going in based off physical attraction is I end up being attracted to them just because of their personality. And, looks can be deceiving. I could say the same on the opposite end where I thought someone was absolutely attractive, but then I got to know them and they were the worst person I could have possibly been on a date with.
I feel like if you like date someone you don't find like physically attractive in any sort of capacity, I think you're honestly doing that person like a disservice because you're just gonna like be with them and kind of get their hopes up, like, trying to find that physical attraction, but you might never ever feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you have it has to be there like somewhat, like even the slightest bit.
Yeah, like like you said, you're building that hope for them. You're leading them on, which is fucked up. So if you do not find someone attractive, why are you dating them? That's a friend, right? A friend is someone that you share this common interest with and stuff, but you don't want to take it further. You don't want to date them. I feel like you're just giving them false hope, and it's just a bad look. So that guy right there, first of all, we already know he's non-monogamous. So whatever he says is going to be yes.
Stop the cap.
But let's hear what he says.
I feel like you can definitely not be attracted to somebody initially, and then as you get
Yeah.
to know them. Yeah, I feel like
100%.
at that point, like once I like someone's personality romantically, I probably also think they're attractive.
I would say that for some, it's not a reflection on your character, how weighted appearance versus personality might be. It differs from person to person. I think that we have our preferences, and I think that a certain element of physical attractiveness is fitness, health, hygiene, and that reflects on usually competence, responsibility, and dedication. But I do see it as important, although not the whole package by any means.
Right. It's the very first impression you get of most people.
Yes.
Because like, you meet someone and you can't hear their voice first thing most of the time, you just see them. And you're like, oh, that person's attractive, or like, I don't see myself with that person because I don't find them attractive. And that's totally fine. Not everybody's attracted to everybody. But me personally, I would not be with someone I don't find attractive.
So I gotta give context here, right? If I'm meeting you in person and you don't look good, then I'm over there with y'all. But if I'm meeting you through a dating app and I get catfished, but you're kind of cool, then
Obviously, like, yeah, there's plenty of girls that are like fine as hell, but like once you actually like get to know them or meet them, they just have like the worst, shittiest personalities. And at a certain point, like, you shouldn't honestly just choose someone just based off their physical attractiveness, because like, bro, they could be the hottest girl in the world, but like at some point that shit's gonna like wear off and you're just gonna be tired of fucking them, and then you're just stuck with their like shitty ass personality.
She belongs to the streets.
But at the same time, I feel like everyone does like they are attracted to, like, they might not like find them to be that attractive like at first, but then that develops over time. Like, how many people really just gonna date someone they just find completely like ugly?
UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
there has to be something attractive about them. Yeah, you can be more attracted to them later on in the run, but I don't think anyone in their right mind would date someone who they don't find attractive because, what's the point? Like, what are you trying to get at? And for the guy who said he says he does it all the time. It's because I think he doesn't care. He has many options. So it's not like he values their physical attractiveness as much because he's spending time with different people. But if you're spending time with one person, you want to make sure that at least cut your threshold, right? But I'm kind of shocked that all the women strongly disagree, or almost all of them, because I thought some girls would be like, "Oh, I don't really care much about how he looks. I care more about his personality." But in this case, that's not true. So that kind of shocked me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like really surprised by that because like mostly women because usually like women are a lot more lenient about physical attractiveness than like men are because like women like do like value other things like status and like also like what you do for work and like personality and like also like just how much like money you make and stuff like that. And so those other factors like are like something they're more attracted to than like physical like appearance and looks. But like men like are like more like looks and physical based. Obviously we care about other stuff too.
I feel like there's like probably worse things like in theory that a partner could do to their partner, but just because that's such an important aspect for me and like I feel like my partners in the past have like been very aware that was like something that I actively would not do. I feel like that would just that adds like an extra element of evil.
Obviously like cheating is not the worst thing that your partner can do to you. Because like obviously your partner can do a lot of like horrible shit to you. That might like they could like beat you and like there's a lot of extreme shit they can do. So obviously not the worst, but it's like the worst of like normal stuff that they can do to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they do like betray your trust and like it'll never really be the same after that.
I agree with that too. I think it's pretty bad. I don't think it's normal though. Like cheating ain't normal.
It's not normal, but it's something you can do and you can still be a redeemable like member of society. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like a heinous crime.
Yeah, my mind goes to marriage. I mean, when you marry this woman, when I marry a woman someday, you promise literally everything you have to be with her, literally thick and thin, to be with her through everything, through highs and lows. And I mean, if you do something like cheating, it's basically like, screw this love, this wasn't real. These promises that I made between us and God mean nothing. I think for a lot of Christians, that's like a big thing, is cheating. I mean,
we get it, bro. You're Christian. Like it's like probably like the 5th time we said it this video. Like, you don't have to say it again. Like I was a Christian. Like bro, like you don't have to always shout that shit out.
Yeah, she being OD with it.
100%. And it's one of the 10 commandments too. It's like, do not commit adultery.
Yeah.
So that is definitely the worst thing because getting married is a promise between you and that person and God.
I mean, technically there's worse things, like they could kill you, which would probably be the worst thing because then like you're not even in the picture.
You belong over here.
So I'm kind of like, but I would say that would like destroy me and I would never even think about something like that.
Yeah. I 100% agree. I was actually cheated on a few, like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that makes sense.
I struggled with self-esteem so much growing up, and that was the worst thing that could have happened. That destroyed any chance I had at self-love at that time, and it was just devastating for me. Like, it really was just devastating, because it didn't just destroy that relationship, it destroyed my entire image of myself that I had built up based on other people's validation, and I had to rip it down to the studs and just fully start over. Yeah, so that's why I'm over here. Strongly agree. For me personally, it was the worst thing that could have happened.
Cheating is f***ed up. It's not a good feeling. Is it the worst thing that a partner could do to me? To be honest, I've outgrown that. Bro, I had over $250,000 stolen from me this year, bro. And that put me in a dark ass place. Now imagine, if my partner stole that money from me, or she was just a homie, I'd be more mad about the money, you feel me, right?
I don't have that money to be stolen.
So you're saying you care more about money than a relationship?
But because at the end of the day, me and my ex, we ain't together no more, so I don't give a f*** if she was a homie, if she was, right? But if she stole my money, yeah, that affects my life, you know what I mean, right?
I see what he's saying too, because yeah, she could like literally like steal from you and like do some like crazy shit, like out of like all the like stuff that's just like more normal and common. That's like the worst thing you could do to someone you're with. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of horrible things you could like do to another person. But like obviously, for me, like if you cheat, like it's over.
I think that's worse because it's not only physical and stuff; it's emotional, right? Like that will destroy everything. It's physical, emotional, like it's a mental, like everything. So I think being abusive that's worse than cheating. Cheating is bad, but I'm not gonna say it's the worst. Like there's a lot more stuff that can be worse than that, like ripping, someone's tires off, or like being abusive to their parents, or like killing them or stealing from them. I feel like that's worse. Um, but the fact that they're saying strongly disagree is crazy.
The thing, because like the thing is like, bro, if you're like cheating, and especially if you're like married and stuff, is like I think it's like very, very, very hard to like come back from that. Because there are people who still are like able to work it out, but like the thing is like y'all should have like been able to talk about whatever issues you had before it came to that point. Like at the end of the day, like cheating is just like a symptom of like a bigger issue in the relationship, and that like, and it shouldn't like go until that point for you to like figure out that there's something wrong.
Yeah, I think at that point they're taking it too far, and there's something in the relationship that needs to be fixed, right? But cheating is like not the answer to that. So I don't know what she meant by that, but hey, that's her opinion. That's her opinion. But
Thank y'all for watching this reaction, bro. We're gonna be doing a lot more of those. Like and subscribe to the Blackout Entertainment channel. We out.
We out. Love, man.